Good morning. This morning I'm going to make a movie poster for a movie called Raccoons, maybe Revenge of the Raccoons. Your requirements are as follows. You need to go out to the internet and find a image of granite, or you can use the one that I put out there on the S drive for you. And you also need to take a picture of yourself. So you're going to have a picture of the granite and a picture of yourself in place of my raccoon. Alright, so I have this raccoon going on here, and I need you to go ahead and press the Control key on your keyboard along with the J key to duplicate the background layer. So right now that would cause me to have a layer 1 and a background layer to my raccoon. With your layer 1 layer selected, you are going to do the following. You're going to go up to your image layer. You're going to choose adjustments, and you are going to go down to threshold, and that will change your image to a black and white image. You might want to play with the slider a little bit here. So you're going to play with the threshold levels of this photograph, and you can kind of like move it around as you like. That's probably a little too dark. That's probably a little too bright. I would like to see the ears on my raccoon. So I'm going to go ahead and stop about right there. And I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now I do have these two images. I have blue granite and I still have my raccoon over here. I need to see both images at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Window, Arrange, and I'm going to tile this so I have my raccoon right beside my granite. And then this is where my magic wand tool comes into play. I'm going to go ahead and select that tool. And as you can see, as I go across my raccoon, you can see that it is a magic wand. Now it's important that you need to make sure that this contiguous check mark is not checked. And I'm going to click somewhere inside my image that is black to select it. And while holding down my Control key on my keyboard, I'm going to click inside the black and I'm going to drag it over on top of my granite piece. Select my Move tool, and I'm going to move him around to where I need him to be. And at this point I can go ahead and close my raccoon down because I don't need him anymore. So goodbye, Mr. Raccoon. And I'm not going to save the changes to him either. Now with my first layer already selected, I'm going to leave it like that. If yours isn't selected, you'll need to click on it. And then we're going to go to our layer styles, which is the FX button down here. And we're going to choose blending options. Now, one problem with this is this box is so large you can't really see what you're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over a bit. Notice I have these little sliders here. I can move these around as I see fit. And both of them do something. I can also hold down my Alt key on my keyboard and click on these and they split off. And so if I pull these out to a desired effect, I can see what it does. And I think in my case of my raccoon, it doesn't really do much for me. It kind of does a little bit, but not what I really want to have happen. But you might want to play with that. You might get a effect that you like better than what I like. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these back in. And I'm going to go ahead and click on OK, even though I really didn't do much there. You might have. Now I have a new button that I'm going to select down here, and it's that nice little adjustment layer button I'm going to click on, and I'm going to select gradient. And right away my raccoon looks a lot different. Now I do have this little drop down arrow here which gives me other options. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that right there. I have some things here that you may not have. This is called the metals palette. If you go to the wheel here, the sprocket, and click down, you can go ahead and click on metals. You have other choices here. You might want to mess around with them at some other point, but there's a lot of different things you can do here. But I'm just going to go ahead and select on metals. And I have this nice little message that pops up. I want to append the list here. I don't want to replace it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on append. And I have a repeat of what I already had. But in your case, it may be just 5 or 6 different choices. And I'm going to go ahead and change my angle. Let's try like 132 degrees. And I also want to change my gradient too. I forgot to do that. I want to change that to still bar. And I'm going to go ahead and click there. And we'll click on that. And this is where I currently am. And then I need to go ahead and click on that down arrow there, and I need to select multiply. And as you can see, I have a really nice looking gradient on top of my raccoon. Alright, I'm going to try to do something different here. I may end up throwing it onto the trash at this point, but I'm going to go ahead and right click my background, and I'm going to duplicate my background layer. And actually what I did, I just renamed it layer 0. And so with layer 0 selected, I'm going to use my control key on my keyboard. I'm going to do Control U. And I'm going to click on Colorize. And I'm going to go ahead and play around with these sliders to try to get a better looking image. You may not like it, but I like it. You can make yours look however you want it to be. I'm going to go ahead and take this up to 225 and see what it looks like. I kind of like that purple look. And I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add some text to my movie poster. There you have it. After experimenting around with some text and some effects, I've decided to go with this, Revenge of the Raccoons. So your assignment is to make a movie poster starring yourself in a mythical movie you would like to be a part of. I wish you good luck.
You for 817-924.